This weekend we come together to honor the indomitable spirit and the outstanding accomplishments of the Bates class of 2020. Welcome, Bates graduates, families, friends, and loved ones. One of the themes the graduates will hear from me is that the pandemic, even as it has upended their senior spring and the world as we know it, has taught us all a valuable lesson: never to take for granted that the world is a just or fair place. Over the past several months, we have been reminded of this fact in particularly brutal and evil ways, with the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis, Breonna Taylor in Louisville, and Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia. So as we gather tomorrow for our virtual celebration, I hope that we will bear in mind the words of our Bates 2018 graduation speaker, Brian Stevenson, who tells us that our understanding of how we change things comes in proximity to inequality and injustice. But as Stevenson reminds us, with proximity, you're only halfway there. It is up to each of us to bear witness against the violence of racism, to act for justice, and to move through the world in a way that affirms our common humanity. Congratulations to the Bates class of 2020, and may you go forth in this spirit.
As a new member of this community and a Black human in United States society, I have been fortunate to join this Bates family that supports me, my colleagues, and our students in a time of grief and healing. Each and every day, Bates not only aspires to be such a community, but our students, faculty, and staff deeply engage with each other and the hard work of grappling with the difficult problems historically ingrained in our society. We want you to know that we are here, we are in community, and we will come together virtually in the near future, not just to celebrate our seniors, but to remain in conversation about the structures that continue to exact violence against Indigenous people, Black people, and people of color in our country.
Peter J. Gomes, beloved Batesy, minister, activist, and namesake of our chapel, wrote, "It is interesting to me to note that those who most frequently call for fair play are those who are advantaged by the play as it currently is, and that only when that position of privilege is endangered are they likely to benefit from the change required to play by the rules. What if the rules are inherently unfair or simply wrong, or a greater good is to be accomplished by changing them?" These moments of grief from race-based violence are not new, and sadly, not surprising. But as Gomes encourages us, now is the time for changing the rules. Now is the time to be countercultural to a culture that does not value the beauty, depth, and worth of all people. Now is a moment for finding community, building relationships and coalitions that advocate for justice, practice accountability, and speak truth, and connect each one of us to an undercurrent of compassion for each soul we encounter. Let us find one another, and in those connections, let us find renewed energy for the work ahead.